All right, so once you're ready to start working on your business plan, you might want to go through all the different sections and read a little bit about them and choose, I would say, where you feel more comfortable starting. You don't necessarily need to go in order of sequence. You can actually choose to start writing on a subsection of your preference, and you can save that section or subsection and come back to that later and change it. So the application will not stop you from going back and forth in between the different sections. It is best practice to leave the executive summary for the end, as this is precisely a summary of the entire business plan per se. But some people feel more comfortable starting with a summary and then expanding into the other sections of the plan. Let's say I want to start by talking about my business. What is it that I'm going to do, and a little bit of my business history, or for example, that where my business will be located. So let's choose location and facilities, which is a subsection of the business overview section. So when I click on the location and facilities, the editor will come up. And let's say that Vicentino's restaurant is a new high-end, okay, I can type, Italian restaurant that will be located in the heart of Calgary. Of course, this is just a sample. There's so many things you can talk about in terms of the location of your restaurant and why you have chosen that location and the type of facilities and so on. I'm just using this as an example. So let's say that I'm okay with this, but I want to continue working on this. There's so much more that I want to say. So for now, I'm going to just use the option save. I'm not going to use the save and mark complete because again, I feel like I have to do some more working on this section. So I'm just going to use save for now. And let's say that I want to talk about the vision and mission. So let's say Vicentino's mission is to become the best Italian restaurant in town. As you will notice, the application will also tell you where there are some things that you need to pay attention to, such as grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes. In this case, it is not recognizing my restaurant name. However, I can add it to the dictionary if I don't want this error to appear again. So basically, you can actually ignore all or add word to the dictionary. I'm just gonna add the word to the dictionary so that it will recognize it the next time. Also, it's telling me that I should pay attention to the word Italian, and if I right click on it, it will give me options. This is the same as any other word editor that you might be familiar with. So basically it's telling me you should use Italian with capital I. So I'm going to choose this. And as well, I also want the name of my restaurant to have a different formatting throughout the business plan. So I'm going to use it in bold and italics. These are just examples. I'm just showing you the capabilities of the application. And you have all other options in here, such as justification of the text, the size of the font, and some highlighting if you want, or a background color, and so on. Let's pretend for a moment that I'm happy with this section and that I said, that's it, I'm not gonna be back to this section, I'm happy with it, I'm gonna save it and mark it as complete so that I can forget about it and move on. So in this case, I'm going to come here and say save and mark as complete. However, this doesn't mean that you will not be able to change this in the future. You can actually come back to this section and mark it as incomplete again and continue working on it. I'm just saving it and marking it as complete so that I can see the overall progress of my business plan. And when I'm saying the overall progress, if you notice up here at the top, it says your business plan is 1.47% complete. That means I have some sections that are fully complete, some other sections that are still in progress, and some sections that are mainly incomplete. If you look at the icons at the top, this is like a progress bar for you to understand how far along the way you are. Most of these icons have a red little icon here at the bottom, which means the section itself, it's fully incomplete. There's no work done. However, on this particular one, which is the one that we have been working on, if I click on it, it's the business overview, which is the same down here. It will say there's one section that is fully complete, the vision and mission statements. There's another section that is in progress, and there are other sections that are not yet started. Now, let's go back to the one section that I was working on before, and again, I can navigate through that section by going directly in here. And I'm gonna say, well, first of all, again, I'm gonna fix the Italian here, and I'm gonna choose a different format for my restaurant name. And let's say that I've discovered that I want to change something in the text, for example, at the heart of Calgary, and now I'm happy. So now I want to save and mark this section as complete. And I just want to move to the next section. I don't really need to go through the tree. I can actually go next section or previous section. If I move into the next section, it will take me into the products and services section. If I go to the previous section, it will take me to the ownership. So let's do that. Let's go into the previous section. And let's say Vicentinos will be owned and operated by Maria Vicentino. And again, I want to use a different formatting for my restaurant name. And let's say that this section is also complete. So I save it and I mark it as complete. Let's take a look at the progress bar and see what happened. So the first thing you will notice is that here on the left hand side, you will see 3 check marks in green for the 3 sections that are fully complete. And also it will say your business plan is 4.41% complete, which means that I have more sections that are already complete. Now, let's go back into one of the sections that is complete already, like the vision and mission. And let's say that I really want to change something in here. So I can do 2 things. I can save the section and mark it as incomplete if I want to continue working on this later. Or I can basically make the change and say, I actually realized that this is more of a vision than a mission. So Vicentino's vision is to become the best Italian restaurant in town. Now I'm happy, so I'm going to just save this and leave it as complete because that was the only change that I wanted to make.